All right, wonderful people. Welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back update and information as to the hot. In case it's your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first. We will correct them. Let's go down to the news proper as to the hot. Tension in Enugu as suspected Fulani herdsmen attack Onoli community Kpai farmers. There is a big tension in Enugu State now as Fulani herders don't attack one community like that, where they call Onoli community, and they don't buy many farmers. We they argue say food prices don't go up, prices of things they go up. Now the local ways where would they follow they get food from all these our local farmers, where we say that they farm within us, they are no more farming again. You go to Benue State, you go to Enugu State, you go even to Anambra State, you go to Jos or Plateau. There has been a lot of unrest and insecurity, and I don't know what the government is doing about this. Panic has gripped residents of Onoli community in Agu, local government area of Enugu State, following a violent attack by suspected Fulani herdsmen, which left one farmer dead and several others injured. Eyewitnesses say the attackers invaded farmlands in the area early Friday, unleashing terror on local farmers. Many residents reportedly fled into the bush for safety, while others remain missing as of the press time. Community leaders have described the incident as grave threat to lives and livelihoods, urging the Enugu state government and security agencies to intervene urgently before the violence escalates. They also appeal to humanitarian organizations and concerned Nigerians to assist the victims. A relative of the deceased, Samson Okolie, confirmed the killing, identifying the victim as a 30-year-old farmer known as Obake. According to Okolie, the attack occurred around the Enugu-Port Harcourt Highway near the boundary between Enugu and Abia State. It is, it is true Fulani herdsmen killed our brothers, Okoli said. He went to his farm near his sand mining site when they attacked him. They stabbed him in the chest and he died later at the University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital, Enugu. Okoli lamented that the area had become incessantly unsafe, forcing many villagers to abandon their farmlands due to repeated attacks. He added that residents of Ogbovia village in Uguleshi Agwo Autonomous Community had already been displaced by similar incidents. He further recounted the ordeal of another young man, Azuefe, who was allegedly detained for 3 months after herders accused him of disturbing them while farming. During detention, he was reportedly tortured and accused of being a member of the Eastern Security Network, the armed wing of the Biafra Liberation Army. Following his release, only a few brave farmers, including the late Ogbake, dared to return to their farm. Friday's attack has now ignited fear across the community, with residents calling for stronger military presence and lasting solution to reoccurring harder farmer crisis in the area. All right, this is what is currently happening in Enugu, and I wonder what our governors and the leaders are doing. Now, remember that Enugu state people, there is the way they do their farming. These are the people who love farming, and they have a permanent place like their residence. Then during farming season, what these people does is that they travel to their farm. They build small huts. The way they live, they can live there for 3 to 6 months. And after they have farmed and they wait for their harvest, after they have harvested, they will now come back to their main home, which is their main residence. This is how Enugu State people do their farming. But as you can see, these things are no more workable again because a lot of things has happened, especially this issue of farmer headers clash, and the government is not doing anything about it. And look at this last one: a man who was farming, these Fulanis came, arrested him, handed him over to the police, and said that he was disturbing them while farming. Now, police did not even ask any question. They locked up the man, tortured the man for 3 months. The next thing they did is that they accused the man of being a member of ESN. Is this how Ndibo are going to survive, because this intimidation is becoming too much, and it looks as if that the government loves what is happening to Igbo, because nobody is actually paying attention. A notorious ringleader uh, disguised as Penta arrested in Anambra State. Happening in Anambra State, a notorious criminal and a ringleader disguised himself as a Penta in order to escape in Anambra State. But through the intelligence of security forces, and on the day his corp was full, he was captured. Let's go down to that info. A security operative in Anambra State have arrested a notorious criminal kingpin, Ifeanyi Ogbuegwu, who had been living in Nsugbe under the guise of a humble penta. According to security sources, Ifeanyi was a mastermind of a dreaded gang linked to kidnapping, armed robbery, and multiple killings across Anambra and neighboring states. His cover as a penta allowed him to blend into the community undetected for years, while orchestrating violent crimes in the background. Investigators revealed that during his arrest on Tuesday, Ifeanyi attempted to downplay his true identity, but was quickly unmasked by intelligence gathered from ongoing security operations. Meanwhile, his wife, probably known as Ezewani, who is said to be deeply involved in the gang's activities, is currently on the run. Authorities have launched a manhunt for her and other fleeing members of the syndicate. The police stressed that the actions of Ifeanyi and his gang should not be attributed to his ethnic group, reminding the public that evil has no tribe. They assured that the suspect would be prosecuted and made to face the full weight of the law. All right, this is happening live in Anambra State. This guy is a notorious criminal. That's what happened in the story, and it's a true life story. This thing happened last Tuesday. A notorious criminal. He has a gang, and he has a place where he normally stays in the bush. They have a place where they have a den inside the bush. And from another information, this is that these people also usually disguise themselves as IPOB and ESN, or Biafra Liberation Army, to carry out their evil activities. But this last one, luck ran out of them. And this guy, being so much intelligent in criminality, disguised himself as a penta in the community of Nsugbe where he is living. So everybody in Nsugbe community takes this man to be a penta. So what he does is that you call him for painting. As he comes for painting, he uses the opportunity to inspect your house. He uses the opportunity to inspect the environment. If you reach uh, as one of the victims that he is going to victimize, he will victimize you, because on the process of doing that painting for you, he knows your whereabouts, he knows your in and out, and on the process, your head will go inside. So what these people does is that through his painting, uses this painting work also to do informant. He comes, paint for you, see how much you are worth, paint for you, see how much you are worth. He informs his men. So for years, this particular Ifani has been living in Nsugbe community, and nobody found out, because they took him to be a humble man. He may even be carrying his arms in his paint bucket. Everybody will overlook it, because they know that he is a hard-working temper. Wow, what a wisdom, what a sense of a criminal. Things are happening. So security forces, please. I know that it's very appalling that these days, even though police used to search people, but not for the main purpose. Most times, what people they used to search is all this. You see all these fine students, handsome students. Maybe he has a dread or tattoo. He decided to molest him. Check his phone. They even search not to check bag, but they search is to check phone. Whether what he's doing, transfer us money. Forgetting that people who do the main criminal activity self, there is a way that are into this thing called criminality. They are these guys is top notch. Look at this guy, a painter. So he can be carrying his painting tools and moving around, and they can hid his weapons inside there, and nobody will even notice it. Oh yeah, police, please, you people should resume to your work and do a nice work. All right. Another info we drop on my table is that Nigerian judiciary is standing trial in the case of Mazana and wow. I'll bring you that story on my next edition. I'll bring you the full story because I wouldn't like to rush it. All right. If this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and share. And also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first who will collect them. Thank you for listening. God bless you.